Okay, I noticed the other day that my odometer stopped counting. 217, 170. That's where she quit. And over a couple days it never moved. So I have here the speedometer cluster from a spare, I guess, dash cluster, I could guess you say, which actually came out of this truck cab originally. This is the cluster that was in that cab when I bought it, and when I put this cab on this truck, I put the diesel dash cluster, dashboard, all that in it because it came off a half ton. But anyway, that half ton only had 90,000 miles on it, but in the interest of keeping track of things honestly, I took this apart. I'm not going to go into that because I know some people want to know how to do that, to cheat and take their 200,000 mile truck and turn it into a 90,000 mile truck and try to cheat somebody over on it. But anyway, so I'm going to go through and show you what it takes to change this guy out for that guy. I added a couple miles to it, 217, 222, 217, 170, just to kind of keep her close to what it actually is. But yeah. Okay, the first thing you got to do is take out these 6 screws that hold this thing in here, and the 2 screws on the other side of this light. There's 1 screw right there above the radio, and I had to take the top cowling off the console. This truck does not have a tilt steering wheel in it. Why you would have spent the money to get a 350 LE package, AC, all the other goodies, and not got cruise control or a tilt wheel, beyond me. But anyway, so then the bottom is just held in with clips. Oh yeah, power mirrors too. It had power mirrors, but they were both broke so I just kept this 1990 cab. But I did put the wiring in the back for the power mirrors if I ever wanted to put power mirrors back on it. Anyway, well then you just take and you tuck this light guy up through there, and then if you reach, there's not a lot of wire. You got to pull this back a little bit, and there's a light socket on the back of this 4x4 indicator light. You got to pull that out, and that's right here. Then there's a round plug over here on the back of right in the back where it says Cummins Turbo Diesel, right there. Pull that guy out. And then you should be free and clear to pull it off the rest of the way. Okay, once you get that guy out of the way, you're looking at this. And this gauge cluster here comes out with 1 screw there, 1 screw above the headlight switch, and 3 along the top, and 1 more by the heater. But I'm going to try to leave that in there and just take the cover off, which is these Allen head screws. Sometimes they're Torx screws or Phillips screws, depends on when the truck was made, but this is a regular 6-sided, looks like 5/16, so I'm going to take that clear cover off now. Okay, now with those 8 screws taken out of there, you can take this face off the gauges, and this will actually come apart into the clear, and this is 2 pieces here, so it's a good time to clean any dust or dirt out of there if you want. And now you have the individual gauges in here, and the speedometer is held in with 4 more screws, so I'm going to take those out now. Okay, now there's 3 screws actually that hold the speedometer in, and then you just kind of got to wiggle it. It'll be sticky on the left-hand side because it's just a 3-pin plug that goes into it right there. There's only 3 wires that run this cluster. There's a black, a red, and a green. Black is ground, red is positive, and then the green is the speed signal from the sensor. Now, one little note, all that sensor does is ground this green wire in a pulsing manner. So, if you ran a wire from right here, this green wire, and ran it right down to the sensor on the transfer case, and then you grounded the other wire from that sensor, the speedometer should, in theory, work. If you got something else screwed up and you just want to get your speedometer going, you'd want to do it on the back side of this white part that you take out that I left in. but figure out which wire that green one is, and then just run that down to your sensor, to one wire of it, and then ground the other one, and that should get it working, provided there's power and ground to the cluster itself. But anyway, now with that off, you can see just how badly faded the orange paint is on the original needles. So today, while I was at the auto parts store, I picked up this orange paint marker, and I already painted the needle on this new cluster that, well, not new, but anyway, so now I'm going to carefully take the paint marker and repaint those needles. Now, as long as I got this apart, if you ever got headlight switch trouble, or you want to take this panel off here, you take the 3 screws out, well then, you pull the headlight switch out, what do you do next? Well, you reach under the dash between the hood and the brake release, and you reach up under the switch, and you'll feel a little push button on the bottom of that switch. It's, I don't know, maybe 3/8, 5/16 in diameter, and you push that button up with the headlights on, and just like that, you pull the center out of the switch, and then that's how you get to the switch. This is the nut that holds the switch on. I got a switch. Okay, this here is a square body headlight switch, and this here is a 97 or 2nd gen headlight switch, 94 to 97. And interesting thing is, it's the same switch. The physical switch itself is actually the same. It's the same plug, same procedure anyway. Here's this little push button on the bottom I was talking about that you got to push. Push that guy, turn the switch on, push the button, and then pull her out. Okay, now I painted those needles with that paint marker. It's not quite as bright of orange as I was hoping, but close enough, I guess. And now I'm going to take my new speedometer and put her in here. Kind of hard to do with one hand, but just got to take and get her plugged in. And now I'll put those 3 screws back in. Okay, put the face back on and your 8 little screws that hold it, and then it's time to put this guy back on. Plug your round plug back in. There's a pin missing at the top of here, and then you just look at this and you can see where there's no corresponding pin. Plug that guy in like so, and then you pop this bulb in for your 4-wheel drive indicator. And you take your light up here and you drop her through the hole. And then you just carefully wiggle her down, put the camera down,